being Malaysian. And then one is Malaysian, one and a Malay. These are Indian Malaysian. To me, we Malaysian must first define the nation. The nation to me, the nation building of Malaysia is on the basis of integration. That's why in Malaysia, like what Prof. Nathan said, no way the vernacular school will be abolished. Because Malaysian is a nation where Malay, Chinese, Indian, actually more than that, the Bumtra, Sabah, Sarawak, Kedah, Dusung, are different parts that are bound together by the constitution. And in Malaysia, we will always say, I'm a Malay, I'm Indian, I'm Chinese, I'm Kedazan, I'm Dusung. There's nothing with racism. That is, you can be proud of your ethnic origin, but you're not racist. And that's what Malaysian is all about. And we are proud of that difference. And in fact, in Malaysia, Asia is the truly case study of how he has managed to grab all our money on the basis of Malaysia is truly Asian. So you buy the tickets. And despite the fact that we do not believe in assimilation, Malaysians don't believe in assimilation. We don't want Chinese to be Malay, Indian to be Malay. You be your Indian, you be your Hindu, you be your Malay, you be your Muslim. Nobody want to be. But obviously, there'll be some of us on the periphery be falling in love with one another. When they fall in love, they don't request, they don't seek the community. I'm fall in love with a Chinese who is a Hokkien. You know, I'm falling in love with a Malay who is a Muslim. What do I do? No, when they got married, they forget about the community. But the problem is that when their marriage break down, they get their community, especially the political leader, politicize ethnicity and religion. And we go crazy. To me, Malaysians are more matured than that. That's why often, despite the fact that we discuss the politics, talk about so much of ethnicity and religiosity, we just say, there. 3 months after that, we forget that. But they heat up, and the international news to pick it up. The second thing that we need to mention here is that Malaysia is the origin of Malaysia is an ethnic origin. Is an ethnic nation. The origin of Malaysia is ethnic nation. It was a Malay nation, and become a multi-ethnic, and become now a diversity, and probably moving to the super diversity, which means that the ethno nation where Malay, Chinese, Indian is out there, the foundation is the Malay. The indigeneity actually embrace civic nation. And I think that's why when outsiders see Malaysian nation from, like say, from liberal economy, Malaysian will never give their power to the liberal economies. That's why when the Deputy Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim want to accept the IMF agreement signed, they won't accept that because they have to think about the political cost. Because the nation is Malay-based, is indigeneity. If you accept IMF rule of economic gain, then everything will be a flat, and Malaysian will be a burned nation. So I think Malaysians have to wait that. Okay, despite that two caution of the nation, based on my study, I'm an ethnic scholar. I study ethnic groups in Malaysia, and I study whether the ethnic boundary is thinning or thickening or simply dissolved. Obviously, Malaysians don't dissolve the ethnic boundaries, but because of economic development, because of good governance, we have the bad side. We'll talk later. Most of the book talk about the bad side. We managed to develop a harmonious ethnic nation where Malay, Chinese, Indian, Kedazan, Dusun, no, they are Malay, Chinese, Indian, yet their ethnic boundary is thin. And they can interact, they can work, they can study, they can live in the same environment together without feeling scared of the other ethnic group or having ethnic risk of the others. So that's what Malaysian is about. Second thing, one ought to remember, Malaysia in 1960s, in 70s, let's say, 70, the bulk of the nation were rural and poverty. But now, poverty is only 0.7%, 0.5%. Just imagine. You can transform the nation. In 1970, 60% poor, now it's 0.5%. Within the same generation. So within the same generation, we managed to do that. And there's a tremendous what we call social engineering. That one must respect that. Second thing we notice that because of that, 70% of the nation is a cosmopolitan. It's urbanized areas. And then my data indicate clearly that across Malay, Chinese, Indian, around 60%, the highest is the Chinese with 80%, Indian with 70%, the Malay with 50%, around 60, let's say, are middle classes. Just imagine, this is what the problems are facing now. What the nation is facing now. What the political leaders are facing now. Because when the nation is no more rural, no more ethnic segregated base, because now people are moving around. Development has changed the nation, has transformed the nation. Migration have moved people across the space. One thing we notice that our political leaders are still sleeping. They cannot manage differences of opinions. That's why UMNO, the Barisan Nasional, including MIC, got slaughtered in the last election. Why? Because they fail to understand. Now an Indian came to me and asked me, they call me Ustad. Ustad is somebody who gone to pilgrimage to Mecca. They say, Ustad, so asking me, why do you all vote against the government? And then they asked me, Ustad, what do I get? It's a very simple question. This is an Indian male and around 25% in rural areas. Simple. If I were him, I say I agree with you. I voted against MIC and even UMNO and BN also, because they don't take care of you. Because like what you say, liberal economies in Malaysia, benefit the rich and powerful, the economic and political elite, but not the voiceless and powerless, irrespective of Malay, Chinese, Indian. This is a problem with Malaysian government. Example, when they change the nation, this is what my study indicate, and very clear cut in Indian community. Now, their values is justice. Their values is inclusiveness, democracy, rights. And they are very sensitive to corruption, abuse, bad governance, development failures. So that's the Malay, Chinese, and Indian, and Kadazan and Dusun. And these are things, this taking place in the nation. That's why Hendra came into public space and redefined democracy among the Indian community. To me, Hendra opened the democratic space for the Indian community. And that also, one can see how in the voting pattern, the Malays, the Chinese are doing the same thing. Because I think government fail to realize that you develop the nation, you change them from the poverty to a middle classes, from a rural, backlegging to an urbanized culture, who has such tremendous vision of the nation, beyond ethnicity, beyond region, yet you fail to analyze that. And that's what my chapter tried to show. But from the Indian side, basically the other ethnic groups are feeling the same thing. The government must be able to manage differences of opinion and deliver development and manage good governance. That's all. Thank you.